I went into the movie theater with my expectations fairly low. They started out high when I first heard of it since I liked Thor Ragnarok. Then I got really excited at the synopsis of Valkyrie searching for a queen to help her manage New Asgard. But then the first trailer released and I discovered that the actual plot was about Thor discovering himself and not about Brunhild. I was a little disappointed, but I was still looking forward to seeing the movie because of how fun Ragnarok was. My expectations were raised once again when I saw pictures of Jane in a Thor suit with Mjolnir. She looks so cool, I was getting pumped again. Then I found out Jane dies and all excitement disappeared. I went into Thor Love and Thunder with one thought: I'm going to enjoy this movie until they kill Jane. Then it'll suck hard. And I was right. I still thought I'd enjoy the movie because the same exact thing happened with Spider-Man No Way Home. I love so much of this movie. I was having the time of my life watching it in the theater. Then May's death scene just ruined it. Her death sucks and the depressing ending sucks, but I still enjoy most of the movie, so I'll still rewatch it. Thor Love and Thunder is much the same way, but less upsetting than Spider-Man. That could be because I'm more invested in Spider-Man stuff. So, the things I enjoyed. Brunhild. Her whole character is just so good. I love how she acts, always straight to the point and still funny. I like that she's called King multiple times in this movie. It just makes my envy heart so happy. She's finally a confirmed lesbian, as they refer to the Valkyrie that saved her as her girlfriend. I mean, I already guessed that was the case, but a straightforward confirmation is always great. Her interactions with Jane were great, and I love them talking to each other so much. I want more of them, please. Oh wait, they killed Jane. Well, just give me a movie about the original Thor 4 pitch. I want to see more of Brunhild, and I want a Marvel movie action rom-com where she finds her queen. I would enjoy that immensely. I also liked Jane in this movie. She was fun and looked cool as expected. The fact that she had stage 4 cancer and that Mjolnir would make her physically strong for a while, but ultimately worsen her condition was interesting, and much better than just giving her a magical cure that would save no one but her. That does not mean killing her off was justified though. We could have had more of her. Maybe since Mjolnir prevents treatment from working, after the movie we see her go back to her Earth lab to still figure out a cure for cancer, and we just see her working at her desk. Thor comes in with the breakfast he made, and maybe love is also there. A nice family scene where Jane isn't dead but also not cured. She's back to her work and has somebody there to support her, like what Darcy was telling her. Oh, I really love Darcy and I want more of her. I was sad she was only there in the beginning to tell Jane about relying on others and working together, but I'll take what I can get. I suppose I should talk about Thor now. I like him, he was nice. I cheered when he almost killed Zeus because Zeus fucking sucks. And actually him becoming an uncle/dad and making breakfast was genuinely wholesome and I enjoyed it. I will gladly accept more Uncle Thor content in the future. Korg was a good character. I enjoyed his little funny moments and he didn't take up too much time like I worried he would. My second favorite scene with him was him doing karaoke singing while Brunhild held the microphone for his face. It would be my first fave, but the ending had him get a boyfriend and possibly make a little rock baby with a rock man named Dwayne that has a big mustache. That's just amazing and I will never not smile at that scene. Also, Kronan are a monogendered race that reproduce by holding hands over a lava pool for 30 days. That is so soft. Reproducing by holding hands is unexpectedly wholesome. The villain sucks. I'm tired of Marvel trying to make complicated antagonists because they really suck at it. Thanos is the most obvious in that he literally wants to wipe out half of the frickin' universe, and yet he's supposed to be tragic. He literally murders his daughter, and the music and framing make it more about his sorrow than in making a tough choice instead of how terrible it was that Gamora just died. The problem with Gorr is that he has a genuine reason to be angry at the gods, has a really compelling tragedy in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and yet is written to kill the gods en masse. I'm tired of antagonists that have a genuine reason to be upset, but the writers make it so that they are indiscriminately killing or going about it the wrong way. So then the protagonist has to stop them. It would have been so much better if Gorr was less sympathetic and was just slaughtering gods. A pure evil antagonist. He could have been trying to become a god himself, or maybe he wanted to take away people's hope or leave them defenseless so that he could rule them. I don't know, something that actually makes sense with his pure evil villain role. Or if Marvel really wanted to do something else, they could have not made him the villain. Have Gorr be a red herring. Thor hears about the gods crying and being fearful of Gorr the God Butcherer, and find out that Gorr has already killed some fairly powerful gods, so he gets concerned about the safety of New Asgard since it's full of less powerful gods. Brunhild, as king, wants to make sure her people are safe, so she agrees to join him in talking to the other gods. Jane comes as backup after Brunhild insists on having more people to present their concern. So they go to the Omnipotent City place to hear news, but when Zeus is showing off instead of discussing important matters, Thor gets impatient and straight up asks about the murders. When Zeus is flippant about the whole thing, the battle happens, Korg gets smashed, Thor almost kills Zeus because fuck Zeus. Afterwards, they decide to go confront Gorr themselves. Midway through the movie, it's revealed that Gorr is slaughtering gods, but only the ones who are ignoring or tormenting their followers, like the dude he killed in the beginning. So he's more of an anti-hero, I guess, something the MCU hasn't done yet, unless Disney bought a company that made a movie with an anti-hero, but that doesn't count here. Who's the antagonist of Love and Thunder then? Hercules. Instead of setting him up as a villain for a future movie, make him a villain now. Gorr has been hunting him down after Zeus sends Hercules to make people fear the Greek gods again. Thor and crew agree to help, and this leads to a battle or multiple attacks against Hercules. There. Now you have an anti-hero, a pure evil villain, and a guy who can be a future boss fight since Hercules is taking orders from Zeus. Hercules could even be under mind control since in the myths he killed his wife and kids after Hera messed with his brain. So Zeus could do the same thing here. Make him extra scummy. Anyways, Gorr sucked, Jane's death sucked, the ending with Jane and Gorr dying sucked, and everything else was good. See ya!